What's the weather like in Northwest Louisiana? If you're thinking about moving to the area or going to be relocating due to work, or maybe you're PCSing to Barksdale Air Force Base, you might be wondering what the temperature is like. What is the weather like here in Northwest Louisiana? Be sure to check the description below for an absolutely free download of a relocation guide for moving to Northwest Louisiana. Okay, so let's just start out with the winter. What are winters like here in Northwest Louisiana? Winters are going to be pretty mild. In fact, your high is going to be in December. It's going to be probably around 59, close to 60 degrees. So you're not likely to see a white Christmas here in Louisiana. You're not, in fact, likely to see snow at all during any of the winter months, during December, January, or February. I have seen it a couple of times since living here. I've lived here since 2008, but I've lived here a long time and I've seen snow a few different times, but not really anything significant. There was one year, and I believe it was 2021, we did have some significant snow and freezing. We had snow probably about this deep on the roads, and that was a big mess. People were stuck at home for several days. There was a lot of power outages, so that was a big deal. We're not equipped here to deal with snow and ice. We don't have snow plows, anything like that. If there's even a chance of freezing rain, or if there's a chance that there could be maybe snow, they're going to shut the interstate down for it could be, even before it happens. They're shutting down the roads, they're shutting down interstates, highways, they're closed down because we just don't have anything that can handle taking care of those roads. We don't have salt trucks. So in January, your average high is going to be 58 degrees. So it's the average of 1 degree colder than in December. Then when we hit February, we're already starting to go back upwards instead of down. Yeah, there was my dog. So in February, we're already starting to go in the opposite direction. We're starting to get warmer, and the average high is 61 starting in February. If you like mild temperatures, you probably really will like spring in Northwest Louisiana. In March, you're looking at 60s. April, you're looking at 70s. And in May, you're looking at 80s. And actually, I have a pool, and every year by the end of April, the beginning of May, that pool's getting opened up because it's warm enough. It's not getting cold at night. So the water is starting to get to where it's not so cold that you can swim. The temperatures are nice. The sun is out. The sky is blue. And my pool is open for business. Now we're hitting those summer months. Okay, so this is where a lot of people don't really like Louisiana, Northwest Louisiana's temperatures. If you don't like really warm, okay, if you don't like hot, you will probably not like the heat here in the summertime. But hear me out. Everyone has air conditioning. Every business has air conditioning, and pretty much just about every home does have air conditioning. It's standard. It's very common here. Where I'm from in Michigan, no, we did not have air conditioning. I never had air conditioning until I lived here in Louisiana. If you go outside, yes, you're going to melt. It is hot and it is humid. You're pretty likely to also see temperatures over 100. Now, they say that the average here is 10 times per summer that it hits over 100. I disagree with that. Just living here, it seems it's fairly common to see, it hit 100, a little over 100. I mean, we're not talking like 110 every day in the summer, but for it to be 99, 98, 100, 101, yep, that's pretty common. So moving on to the fall, hitting September, guess what? It's still going to feel like summer in September here in Northwest Louisiana. You're still probably going to see temperatures in the 90s, maybe not such high 90s, but it's going to be in the 90s most likely, and upper 80s for sure. Now, if you're waiting for some mild weather, you're going to find that in October and November. We're going to have a mild 79 degrees for your average high in October, and we're only going to get down to the mid-50s for the lows. November, you're going to be seeing also, probably high 60s there. And for nighttime lows, you're looking at maybe a low 50, maybe 45, 50 degrees. Contrary to what a lot of people think, You actually will find some trees. You'll find some color changing in the leaves here in the fall. Some people think you have to go north to see it, but we do actually get color changes in our trees, our leaves. You'll get some nice oranges, but it's not the same. It's not quite as vibrant and bright. You're not going to see as many as you would up north, but you definitely will see color changes in the leaves, and you get some pretty colors. So I've gotten a lot of this information just from experience, but I also did some Googling, and we have more sunny days than the national average, and we also have a little bit more rain than the national average. So instead of snow, we might get more rain than snow. You might also be wondering about hurricanes. Are we going to get hurricanes here in Northwest Louisiana? The short answer is most likely not. Hurricanes do hit the area further south along the coast, this far inland. Once the storm has gotten this far across land, all the way up to the top of Louisiana, to Northwest Louisiana, the storm has lost its category status as a hurricane, and generally it's just a storm at that point. To my knowledge, there's only been one hurricane that has actually maintained hurricane status as it reached our area, and that was back in 2020, Hurricane Laura. Overall, I think you get a pretty good balance. You're really going to find hot summers, but you're going to have those mild springs and mild fall and winter. Personally, just for me, I think it balances out nicely. And I enjoy the summer months because, like I said, everyone has AC, so you're pretty comfortable inside. If you go outside, if you work outside, that's a whole different story. But if you choose to go outside, you know what to expect, and you better be jumping in a pool. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos. All right, I'll see you next time.